All right, here we are. Another Wednesday evening. I am here with you guys tonight. Happy hump day. Glad the week is half over. Wish it was closer to Friday. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody can hear me okay. No sound problems tonight, at least not so far. We'll see how everything goes. Already got some people here in the chat. Very happy to see you guys here. Thumper Squid is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. We got Jim the Pacers fan here. J-Rod. Of course, our wonderful moderator, Jason Little Alien. Always good to have you here. Let's see. Oh, Brooklyn. Always good to see you, brother. We gotta play some VR one of these days. I'll talk about that a little bit. I got to play with some of the guys the other day, and it was fun until my headset died on me. But I've taken care of that, so hopefully that won't happen again. Ooh, Israel Gaming. Hey, good to see you. James Hates Everything is here. Goofy Foot, and for now, that will do it. We'll say hi to more people as they come on. All right, so let's see how this goes. I've got some stuff to share tonight. I've got a few different things that I want to throw out there to you guys. Some stuff that I've come across, some home arcade stuff, some retro gaming stuff that I thought you guys might be interested in. Of course, the big thing tonight is we are going to talk about Basic Fun. I know everybody's been covering this. I don't want to rehash it too much. I will kind of go over a lot of some of the stuff that other people have talked about just to kind of put my own spin on it a little bit. There is something that I think is interesting with them that I want to bring up that I haven't seen anybody cover yet. Unfortunately, it's not pictures, it's not video, it's nothing about the cabs itself. It's actually more people related to some of the people working at Basic Fun, but I'll get into that in a little bit. I know Paul was here earlier. Not sure if you're still here in the chat. If you are, say hi. Everybody, if he is here, be sure to wish him a happy birthday. It was his birthday recently. I forget, was it today? Was it yesterday? I forget. But I know it was his birthday recently. And he did do a post on Reddit for this whole Basic Fun thing, and I'm actually going to be kind of going through that and using that a little bit because, you know, as usual with him, he always does a really good job of summarizing things, so it's just really easier to use his stuff than to write my own notes in some ways. But like I said, we will talk about it. Is it Care? It is not Care Bears. It is not Care Bears. And when I'm done, you guys might think it's not even that big of a deal. It was just something that I kind of came across and I thought it was interesting. But we will get to that later. I do want to cover some other stuff first. Gramps Arcade is here. Good to see you. All right, so let's dive in and let's get started on some stuff. As usual, I like to try to keep things to about an hour. I normally try to put a redirect on the show to go to Arcades Anonymous, but I don't know if they're streaming tonight. I didn't see something from them, so they may be taking this week off. Not totally sure. If they do go live, be sure to check them out after the show, but unfortunately there isn't a redirect set up because I didn't see a lot of things set up for them. Swear? I'm not sure what that is. Jason says they are streaming tonight. Okay, good. Maybe I just missed it or I didn't see the thing to redirect. But in any case, when the show's done, be sure you guys check out Arcades Anonymous. They always do a good show. All right, let's dive in and let's get started on some stuff. Let me move a few things around, get everything set up the way I want to, and go to here. All right, so first up, I did cover this yesterday real quick. I know a lot of you guys have seen this already, but I wanted to just put this out there again. Of course, Wonderland Pinball, their first home pinball machine, Alice Goes to Wonderland. Kickstarter started yesterday. They were full. You see it here. They were fully funded in, I think, like under 2 minutes. That's how fast it went. I mean, these guys just knocked it out of the park with this. You can see they're already close to 500,000 on this, 486 backers. Their early bird special, their White Rabbit early bird thing, which was gonna be limited to 200 people, that thing went like within a half an hour. I recorded a video for this right when it went live at noon. By the time I was done recording, editing, and put it up, which was maybe about an hour and a half later, that was gone. So, but of course, you can still get this. They still have, they're not limiting, as far as I can tell, any of the other versions. So if you want just the pinball machine by itself, the Mad Hatter's Choice, that's going to be $849, 15% off MSRP. This will go, I guess, as long as they do the Kickstarter. They're not going to deliver this till November, but I'm not sure if does it say how long? So this project will only be funded if it reaches its goal by Thursday, April 10th. So that could be the end date for the Kickstarter. They may end. Now, they've obviously reached their goal, so it doesn't matter. But they may end the Kickstarter, which means these specials at a lower price by April 10th. So you don't have that long to get on this. Luckily, WonderCon is coming up at the end of this month. It's the last weekend of March, so people are going to get a chance to see this. They are going to get a chance to play it. Hopefully, we'll see some videos and some feedback from people who go to that. I know B. Kong is supposed to be going to that, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say when he gets the chance to see this. But it looks like this may be done by April 10th. But anyway, like I was saying, Mad Hatter's Choice, that's out there for $850. The 2-pack, you see they've already had 11 backers. 11 people have bought 2 of these things already. 20 people have bought their limited edition, which comes with all the, pardon the pun, bells and whistles that this thing has to offer. Again, yeah, the White Rabbit's sold out. So, look, they even have 15 people buy the playing cards by themselves. So, a lot going on here. I think this thing looks cool. I would really love to see more of this. Like I said, I'm hopeful that we're going to get some videos out of WonderCon. I'm hoping that it's closer to what the final production model will be when it hits WonderCon and not just another prototype. If nothing else, the DMD, the call-outs, the lights, all that stuff, if they've got to change little cosmetic things, I don't think anybody's going to care. But if the gameplay is at least as close to done as it will be when it ships in November, I think that will go a long way to, making people feel better about this. Again, people are already obviously supporting this, but, it's definitely going to be good to see some of this. Oh, we got a few more people joining in. Mike Hawkhertz is here. Good to see you. B. Kirby, hello, hello, hello. Ritual Dello is here. Someone said it's going to be at the Texas show too. Oh, that's good. So I don't know, when is that? When is the Texas pinball one? Is it after this though? Is it after April 10th? If it's after April 10th, the Kickstarter is possibly going to be done by then. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so that's it for Wonderland Pinball. Don't want to go talk too much more about that. Like I said, I already covered that yesterday. You guys already know the deal on that, but they're going strong, which I think is pretty good. So it's in reach goal, and it exceeded its goal. Unfortunately, the machine has become, very funny. Very funny. Yeah, I don't think this thing is canceled. I think not only are they making this thing, I think they probably already got plans for what their next machine is going to be based on how well this is already doing. Oh, okay. Oh, that's Texas Pinball. That's before WonderCon. That's actually, the weekend before WonderCon. So that's good. If that's there, then yeah, people have an opportunity to see it in two different places. Always. Really? Are you like messing around, Mike, or did somebody actually try to bring back that shuffle golf thing, or is somebody doing something similarly named? All right, you know what? Let's move on from there. I do want to talk about a couple of other things. Like I said, let's go to this. And boom, I know a lot of you have obviously already seen this as well. Hang on a second. All right. So, New Wave Toys came out. They said that they're looking into their next machine being Time Traveler Hologram. I don't want to talk about this too much. Again, I did do a video on this. I think this thing is really cool. I would love to see them actually do this. I know it's a very niche game. I know a lot of people don't care about it, don't have any nostalgia for it. And be quite honest, the game itself kind of sucks. I mean, it's like all those other Laserdisc games. It's basically quick time events. You're just kind of moving the joystick in the direction to react to what's going on and all. But I don't know. The whole, quote unquote hologram effect and everything in a 1/6 scale, I think it would be cool. I would love to see them do it. Now, from what I'm seeing online and whatever, there's probably a good possibility they may scrap this, because I'm seeing a lot of people like JJ here not interested in this at all. Don't seem to be interested in this at all. Again, I would love to see it. I think it would be something really cool. But yeah, look, if people aren't interested in it, they're not interested in it. So we'll just have to wait and see if New Wave Toys decides that it's worth exploring. But I'm curious. I'm definitely curious to see it. That's for sure. Looks like it's available. Oh, the shuffle golf? Really? Interesting. I may have to look for that. I got really excited when this new, but I was thinking it was Holosseum. They need to add that game. Yeah, I agree. If they're going to do this, they have to do Holosseum. The thing with Holosseum is, and I was back and forth with Video Game Vegas in chat on my video, it's a two-player, kind of like a fighting game. It's a two-player game. Obviously, if they do this, they're going to do it based on Time Traveler, which is a single player, one joystick, the one or two buttons, whatever it is. But if they do Holosseum, I think what they got to do is they've got to make sure that they add a USB port to it where you can plug in a second controller. Maybe they'll even make a special mini controller like they did for the Street Fighter and 1942 or 43, whichever one that was, so that you can play the two-player version of it. And hopefully they would do HDMI out so you could put it up on the TV screen. Now, obviously, playing it on the TV screen, you're not going to get that kind of hologram effect, but it's something they're known for, so it's definitely something that I would like to see. You'll need binoculars to see. Yeah, they're going to be tiny. No doubt about it. They are going to be tiny. I still think it would be cool. I actually, again, not a great game, but I do have some nostalgia for this. I remember seeing this in the arcades in the 90s when it first came out, thinking that the concept was really neat. Couldn't play the game for crap. Couldn't figure it out way back then. I've seen it since at a barcade in New York City. I played it recently. I think the sound was either the sound was messed up on it or it was so loud in the bar that I couldn't hear the sound on it anyway. But it was a little easier to play. I kind of remembered a little bit about it and all. But yeah, if they do do that. Yeah, the characters on there are going to be really, because they're really small in the game itself. You got that big open space, and then they're like, this tiny little area for the, where the mirror kind of comes up and it displays them and everything. But it would be interesting. It would definitely be interesting. I guess Shiloh wants to do stuff that no one else is doing. How about a skee ball versus 3 young, fulfilling pre-existing orders for things like Crystal? Yeah, they are definitely behind on things. I think that skee ball thing, it's coming. They have put time and effort into developing it. We'll see it. When? I don't know, but we'll definitely see it. I also think we're going to see Marble Madness at some point from them. They're going to capitalize on what they've been doing with Glenn, with those controllers. It's a unique addition to New Research Collections. I hope they wind up going to it. Me too. I would love to see it. Even if not that many people buy it, I'll get it. At $300, I would definitely get that one. I think it's worth it. Now, speaking of Laserdisc games, I just came across something that I thought would be interesting. I want to share it with you guys because it looks like some classic arcade Laserdisc games are coming out pretty soon, next month, to Steam. So how many of you guys have heard of or ever played Ninja Hayate and Time Gal? Now, these are Taito Laserdisc games. They were primarily in Japan. I don't know if these ever actually made it to arcades in the U.S. They've been released in the U.S. on home consoles before. I think that the first version of this was maybe for Sega Saturn, I want to say. Was maybe one of the first ones that came over here. I know recently these released for the Nintendo Switch, but in Japan only. Now they're bringing Time Gal and Ninja Hayate to the U.S. through Steam. Bring this up here a little bit and check out a little bit of the trailer for Time Gal. Of the two, I think Time Gal is the more fun game. I've played a little bit of both. Again, similar to everything, Laserdisc that we've seen before, Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, all of those games, Cliffhanger, which I know is a fan favorite. I know a lot of people would love to see a Cliffhanger come out. But this is pretty cool that they're doing these HD remasters of Time Gal and Ninja Hayate. Yeah, this is planned on coming out April 9th. So in just a few weeks, these are going to be available on Steam. Now, you can add them to wishlist. I don't see a price on here, so I don't know. They don't list a price, so I don't know how much these are going to wind up being. But I think it's interesting. I like these games. I'm a big fan of a lot of these Laserdisc games, so I'll definitely be checking out Time Gal and Ninja Hayate. JJ, but you talk about basic. Oh no. I'll be talking about that definitely a little later. I want to get through some of the other news that I have. I was talking about Wonderland Pinball. I'm not talking about Basic Fun yet. We will definitely get to that. Let me see here. What do we got? Ritual Dello says Ninja Hayate is fun. There was a non-Laserdisc version shoot. Yeah, like I said, I know these came out on CD and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I think the first version the first home version might have been Sega Saturn, but I could be wrong about that. If they started moving around, maybe. Oh, Sega CD. Oh, all right. I knew it was one of the Sega machines. I couldn't remember if it was Sega CD or Saturn. Thanks for that. I think that makes more sense, the Sega CD, actually. Because they were putting a lot of those kind of games on Sega CD, trying to sell the idea and the concept behind Sega CD. All right, little more retro gaming news. So, if you're a Game Boy fan or an NES fan and you like physical media, Castlemania is doing versions of two really fun games. RC Pro-Am 2 for the NES and Battletoads and Double Dragon for Game Boy. These are up for pre-order right now on the Castlemania site. After the show, I'll try to put a link to a lot of this stuff in the descriptions so you guys can find it later. But I don't remember if I had Pro-Am. I know I had the original RC Pro-Am. That was a fun game. I really liked that. I don't remember Pro-Am 2 as much. But again, if you're interested in physical media, if you like some of these old games, Castlemania is going to be doing RC Pro-Am 2 for NES, Collector's Edition, and Battletoads. Let me see. What is the collector? Let's see. What do you get for a Collector's Edition? Let's take a quick look here. So you get a numbered deluxe hardcover cartridge backing, Asphalt RC Pro-Am 2 8-bit cartridge with display stand. You get the instruction manual. You get and a commemorative sticker. So the pre-orders are available now. Pre-orders close April 13th, and they're expected to ship this third quarter, so sometime between July and September if you want RC Pro-Am. Battletoads and Double Dragons, you get the Ultimate Team Green cartridge. You get the deluxe hardcover cartridge packaging. You get the detailed instruction manual. Well, no sticker for this one. Same thing. This is going to close out on April 13th. Expected to ship in July or September. I do like Battletoads and Double Dragons. I like the NES version. I don't know if I ever tried the Game Boy version. But it actually looks pretty cool. It actually looks really similar to the NES version. Of course, obviously, black and white and whatever. But listen, if you're a fan of these old school games, if you like when companies put stuff like this out, especially when they do like a collector's edition like this, then this is something to check out. All right, I got one other thing really quick in terms of retro gaming news that I just want to throw out there to you. So, how many of you are old school JRPG fans? I am a huge fan of old school JRPGs, the original Final Fantasy games, things like that. But one of my absolute favorite games from the SNES era is Chrono Trigger. And it looks like Square Enix is doing some kind of celebration for the 30th anniversary of Chrono Trigger. They say they got various projects planned for the 30th anniversary, which I guess is this year, right? 1995? Yeah. A lot of people have been thinking that they're going to do some kind of a remake of the original SNES game, maybe with like updated 3D graphics and things like that. If it comes out good, this is definitely something that I would be interested in. Chrono Trigger in 1995. This timeless masterpiece that transcends generations, still talked about today. Of course, we know Akira Toriyama worked on it. As we mark the 30th anniversary, we'll be launching various projects that go beyond the world of the game over the next year. So, yeah, I guess obviously, like I said, they've got a bunch of stuff coming up. Yeah, I know, right? 30 years. Damn it, it makes me feel old when I think about how long ago some of these games came out. But, yeah, I love Chrono Trigger. Definitely one of my favorite games. I'm really going to keep an eye on this. There's B. Chrono Trigger. The hell with Michael B. Chrono Trigger is a great game. I don't care what he says. But thanks for joining, Kongs. I definitely appreciate the support. Yeah, like I said, I can't say it enough. I love this game. I would love to see them come out with something for this. I'm boycott Michael B for not including this game in the top 10 best SNES games list for sure. For sure. Yes, yes, I am. Damn it. I'm always a little leery when companies talk about, like redoing games and all. We'll have to see what they plan on with this. If they're going to do maybe like an HD remaster, like one of their 2D HD remasters, I might be all in on that. If they're going to do like a 3D remake, it would really depend on how it looks, how well it comes out. Number one for me, it has to keep that Akira Toriyama look to it. You cannot, the character designs are classic. They are classic Akira Toriyama. They can't mess that up. If they mess that up in any kind of game they do, I'm out. But I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on this because I love this game and I'm curious to see what they have planned. All right, we are getting close to the point where we're going to talk about the main topic. I'm only a half hour in. I haven't hit the main topic yet, so not too bad. I do want to bring up one other thing real quick. Believe it or not, a little bit of Arcade 1-Up news. So, first off, I was checking some stuff tonight. I was checking like some of the port information. Now, this one's a little bit old because sometimes the stuff doesn't always come up right when it happens. But it looks like if you're a fan of Fast and the Furious, they're still getting more into the ports. At the end of February, on the 28th, they got about 384 more Fast and the Furious cabs. So, again, I don't want to make too much of it, but like I said, if that's a cab you've been looking for, they got more coming in. Now, more interestingly, I think, is this. And again, this is not something new. These are cabs that we knew were coming, but I think this might give us a little more indication on exactly what these are. So this is the FCC's website. There's a couple of fairly new registrations on here. At the end of February and the beginning of March, there were some registrations on here for their Pac-Man Classic SE and Ms. Pac-Man Classic SE, and then the Mortal Kombat 2 Classic SE. Again, this is not something new. We knew these were coming. We've seen this before. These hit the ports a while back. The FCC listing here, it's going to be because they have Wi-Fi in it. Again, nothing really spectacular here. But if any of you were wondering exactly what Classic SE means, is this going to be those smaller Walmart specials? Well, I think we might have an answer for that. Let me see if I can get to this again really quick. So if I go into here and I look at labels and location. So this is a look at what the labels on the back. Usually these are on the back of the machine or on the top of the machine. This gives all that FCC information on it. You've got your FCC information. You've got a little placard which has got the model number, the serial number will be on it. But more interestingly is this picture. This picture right here to indicate where those two labels are going to be on the back of the cab. Now, if you look at this, and again, this is just a drawing, but I think it pretty much says These are going to be those 4-foot, smaller, classic peasant cabs, Walmart specials, whatever you want to call them. These are going to be those smaller versions. Now, are they going to be small and slim like we saw in that Mortal Kombat picture that leaked? Probably. But I think just seeing this kind of guarantees that that's what we're looking at here. That they've got the Pac-Man, the Ms. Pac-Man, and a Mortal Kombat 2. And so far, that's all we know from Arcade Went Up for this year. Hang on. What the hell? Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was some little ad on the screen playing. I have no idea if you heard that or not. Anyway, buy one, get one. Yeah, only because of, like Mike Hertz was saying here, only appealing when buying more than one to link, and they would need a value bundle or good clearance. We'll have to see if they're still making them, if they're still bringing them in. I wouldn't expect anything special except for these $50 sales that we've been seeing lately from them. But we'll see. You never know. You never know what could happen. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think on that. I got to tell you, I don't get where Arcade Went Up is going with this stuff. I just don't get it. There's literally nothing interesting here. If that's all they've got at least for the first half of this year, is a couple of these classic peasant cabs, these 4-foot little nothing cabs, no riser, no light up marquee. I don't know. I think they're going to be in trouble this year. Right now, I'm ready to jump in on the Buy Stuff 3-wheel pedestal as soon as it goes on sale. Yeah, I've been waiting to see what they've got going on with that. So that'll be an interesting thing. I may get one, maybe not the 3-wheeled one. I kind of would like to maybe get just the single wheel one, because I can hook it on to my At Games Gamer Pro possibly to play. Or maybe even figure out a way to hook it to the front of my iArcade with Glenn's Viper board in it and plug it into the USB ports and see if I can play some racing games on that. That's what I'm really curious to try. I'm really curious to try it with the Viper board to see if I can get some racing games going on that thing. So, and then keep an eye out for that as well. All right. Moving right along. So that, I think, is everything that I wanted to cover. Oh, and I was talking when Brooklyn came on earlier. I was mentioning VR, so I just want to quick VR story, and then I will move on. So usually when I play VR, I'm playing solo games. I've been playing a lot of the Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. I've been playing the Batman game. A lot of fun. I love the Walkabout Golf game, but typically, again, I wind up playing that by myself. I know a lot of the guys have been playing it online. They usually play pretty late at night, which is tough for me being on the East Coast, because by the time they start playing, I'm usually ready for bed. But I did jump on Monday night. I was playing with Mike B and MG and a couple of those guys. We were having a lot of fun, but man, there were so many of us in there. We were playing for like 2 hours, two and a half hours. And all of a sudden my thing started giving the indicator that the battery was going to die. I'm like, oh, great. So I tried plugging it in with a cord just plugged into the wall. That gave me a little bit of extra juice, but not for long. I actually we were on like the 12th hole, I think. And my thing just completely cut out on me. I was done. So I wound up having to drop out, plug the thing in and charge it. Well, hopefully I fixed that. Hopefully. I just bought this thing today, so I can't really I can't really vouch and verify for this yet, but I will definitely give you guys some feedback. So if you see this. This is a little thing that just clips onto the side and plugs in. And then you've got your battery here that just magnetically attaches like that. Now, the cool thing from what I read about this is, number one, this should give about 2 hours worth of battery life extra by having this. But the really cool thing is it actually comes with 2 of these. So while I've got one in, I can have the other one charging, then swap them, charge this one, and hopefully if they charge fast enough, kind of play indefinitely, just swapping back and forth. So I'm really interested to try this out and see if it works, see if it keeps me being able to play without, having to drop out like I did the other day. Hey, Steve Sale, good to see you here. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that. Nooner's here. Good to see you as well. The only time I don't... It's like, yeah, well, I was definitely not doing good. We were playing... I forget the name of the course, but it was something in like a cavern or whatever, and they wanted to play on hard. Thank you very much. And I was doing crappy anyway, so we will see. Never, yeah. I found it on Amazon, and it wasn't bad. It was like $25, so I figured it was worth a shot. If it doesn't do great, I'll send it back and I'll get something else. I know a lot of people have those things that like attach to the strap and whatever, but something like that that's just real lightweight, plugs right in, easy to unplug if you want to just plug the thing in to charge it the regular way. I will. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping with the 2 extra. That's what I'm hoping with the 2 extra batteries. You can swap, and it's magnetic, so it just easily connects. He'd tell me about it because they spend more time chatting than they do playing. But it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing it more, which is why I'm excited to have that battery pack and check it out. So I may do a review on it once I've had a chance to play around with it. Let you guys know if that is something that's cheap and easy enough to do to keep you gaming a little bit longer when you're in VR. Okay, that's it. I promise. Moving on. Yeah. Was that the one, Jason? You were there. Was that the one we were playing? It was Journey to the Center of the Earth. That was the one, right? Yeah, Jason was another one of the guys I was playing with that night. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you were the one that picked hard. Damn it! But it was a lot of fun. We definitely had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to, like I said, doing more of it. All right. So let's get into, believe it or not, the main topic of the night, basic fun. And again, I wanted to cover a lot of other stuff because I didn't want the whole show to be this, because honestly, there isn't that much to talk about that you guys haven't already heard. I don't want to rehash, but yeah, actually, you know what? Hang on. I do need to just double check something really quick before I start this, because I want to make sure I cover everything that I want to cover on this. So hold on 1 second. I just gotta check my notes real quick. I gotta just make sure that I'm I'm gonna cover that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna cover that. Yeah, okay. I can do. Yeah, okay. All right. Good. I know. All right. I know what I'm gonna cover. So we're good. So anyway, I'm sure. Again, a lot of you have either seen this or heard of it. Geek Time, his podcast from Toy Fair. his podcast from Toy Fair, obviously, where he talked to some of the guys from, actually one person in particular, what's his name? Dan Westcott from Basic Fun. This is where we got a lot of info, or as much info as we're going to get for right now, on what Basic Fun is doing with their arcade machines. Now, I will tell you that I've been trying, like a lot of the other guys, I've been trying to get more information. It's been tough. I actually reached out to Dan Westcott. He is senior marketing and sales executive for Basic Fun. I reached out to him on LinkedIn, have not heard anything back yet. If I do, I will get an update out there. But as of right now, nothing. So there is somebody else that I also reached out to on LinkedIn and haven't heard back yet, but I will talk about that in just a minute. Before I do that, let's just kind of rehash things a little bit. And again, huge shout out to NeoHyper64 for putting information out on Reddit on this, for basically kind of covering what they talked about on Geek Time. As a lot of you guys know, it feels like Basic Fun is trying to really get into that. When I think of Basic Fun, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Good to see you, Video Game Vegas. Glad you could join us tonight. Oh, P-Dubs is here. I got my notes, P-Dubs. I got my notes. I'm ready to go. I'm good. So I keep getting distracted, damn it. So obviously, again, just to rehash what a lot of other people have said, Basic Fun looks like they are trying to get into the space that feels like it's been vacated by Arcade 1-Up. And if Arcade 1-Up is only putting out these classic cabs, these smaller classic cabs, and that's all they've got coming, then this might just be, you know, what we want from Arcade 1-Up later this year. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Wars, Atari, okay, Pac-Man, but, you know, they're going to be doing a bunch of different versions of these. Of course, the WWE WrestleFest is probably one of the biggest ones that people are excited about. You've got multiple lines here. You've got a counter cane line at $180. You've got your baby cades, Junior Series at $250, Slim cades at $450. Your Ultras, which is going to be like the Deluxes, for $500, and then there's Supremes, which are going to be $599 at club stores, but they say an $800 value, so it's possible that these might be $599 in club stores, but if they make it to other retail outlets like a Best Buy or an Amazon or things like that, you might wind up seeing them at $800. So we'll have to wait and see what that really means as time goes on. Jason, thank you so much for putting that in the chat. Everybody definitely check out the Arcade 1-Up subreddit where this is posted. And of course, if I didn't say it before, if you haven't listened to that Geek Time podcast, go ahead and listen to it. Even if you just listen to the part, it's about an hour and 13 in, where they talk about the Basic Fun. It's worth a quick listen. So, like I said, I know a lot of people have been digging into this, trying to get more information. People are saying that quality-wise on this, we're probably looking at about the same as what Arcade 1-Up has done in terms of it's probably going to be, you know, similar MDF, similar buttons, similar joysticks, things like that. Of course, you know, monitor is always something that people are concerned about. BOE versus TN. Is it going to be 16:9? Is it going to be 4:3? Again, we're going to have to wait and see. Trying to reach out to somebody at Basic Fun to get a little bit more information. Even, like I said, you know, even if all we find out is when we're going to find out more information, when we're going to see something on these, I think would be kind of interesting. So, like I said, I reached out to the senior marketing sales executive, Dan Westcott, on LinkedIn. Have not heard back yet, but there is one other person that I also tried to reach out to and have not heard back from. And this is where I just want to talk a little bit about the connective tissue between Arcade 1-Up and Basic Fun, because a lot of people are trying to connect the dots here and see what's going on. Speculation that maybe Arcade 1-Up actually sub-licensed some of this to Basic Fun, and maybe they're working together on this. I don't know about that. It seems like it might be a little bit far stretched, but there is, like I said, there is a little bit of connective tissue here. And it's somebody else that works for Basic Fun. I came across his profile on LinkedIn as well when I was doing some research. Now, the guy's name is Christopher Page. Christopher Page is the director of sales at Basic Fun. Now, according to his LinkedIn profile, he's pretty new there. He just started in January of 2025. I bet you can guess what company he worked for before he started working for Basic Fun. I will give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. Nope, we're just getting started on the Basic Fun stuff. Again, looking at some of your Reddit posts. Thank you for that. You did a great job of that. Oh, and again, happy birthday. I'll put that out there. Thanks again for that, Jason. Everybody should definitely check that out. WrestleFest is one of those games that could be epic online. Not just a game that sits in attract mode. Yeah. I doubt that. Be honest, I doubt that. I think if they did, we might know it. I think we might know if they did or not. And of course, ding, 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 ding for Gamer Fridge. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, this guy Christopher Page, who is now the director of sales at Basic Fun, was the director of sales at Arcade 1-Up. He worked there from November 2021. It says till present, okay? And then it says he started Basic Fun January 2025. Now, LinkedIn is not always 100% accurate when it comes to, timing, things like that. It's up to the individual to update their LinkedIn profile and put all this information in and all. So it's quite possible maybe he's worked there longer than that and he just updated it, put January of this year. Not really sure, but it is interesting that a former director of sales from Arcade 1-Up is now moved over to Basic Fun. Now, I will tell you, it's also interesting because one of his specialties seems to be working with retailers such as Walmart, Sam's Club, Nebraska Furniture Mart, R.C. Wiley. So this could be a guy who, and again, this is kind of speculation because I don't know, anything else really about this guy other than his LinkedIn profile. This could be a guy who was very instrumental in getting Arcade 1-Up, not just maybe into retailers, but maybe into places like Costco. Maybe he's one of the guys that brokered the deal to get some of their XL machines into Costco. He could be the one who is working on getting Basic Fun's versions of XL, their Supreme, I guess it is, into the box stores that is supposed to be. And he could also be, have something to do with getting them into the retail markets like Target and Best Buy and stuff that it is. But I do find it interesting that a guy that used to work for Arcade 1-Up until very recently is now working for Basic Fun. Maybe. I appreciate the sentiment. Like, I don't know if it really means much of anything other than it's just somebody else who used to work for one company now works for another. Happens all the time. I work for a very small software company. There's like a dozen of us. All right. And we had a girl working for us who was a project manager. She's been working for us for years. She decided it was time to move on. She wanted to leave. So she wound up leaving our company and actually going to work for one of our customers. So now she's like the project manager of a customer of ours who runs our software. And she's kind of like the liaison for them between us now. So it's like I still work with her, but she's not a coworker anymore. So this kind of stuff happens all the time. Dude, come on. I know you're messing around, but it's not doxing. It's not doxing. Look, I'm not even showing the LinkedIn page on my screen. I actually thought about it. I said, you know what? That's a bridge too far. I'm just going to talk about the guy. You know, it's LinkedIn. Anybody can go on LinkedIn. Anybody can look for anybody else. Anybody can see all of this stuff. So it's not, please don't start rumors. I don't need, the last thing I need is he who shall not be named on my ass for doxing people. Anyway, but yeah, everybody's out there. Everybody's scrambling, looking for some kind of information on what's going on. Unfortunately, it's not the big stuff that everybody wants. It's not pictures. It's not videos. It's not, anything about what these guys are actually going to, what these machines are actually going to come with. It's just an employee. But, does it show a connection to Arcade 1-Up? Yeah, I guess in a way it does. If nothing else, it's somebody from that company who had maybe an expertise in an area sales-wise, now moving to what's possibly a competitor and doing the same thing for them. So it could, if you're excited about Basic Fun, if you're excited to see what they're going to bring out, and you want to see this in retail outlets, you want to see these machines readily available from a bunch of places, having somebody who's possibly an expert in there, who's done it already for one company, is probably a good thing. Yeah, tell me about it. I told you that in confidence. You were supposed to keep that quiet. I need my nuclear armaments. Same Chinese factory builder, product line, calculating ex-employees. We'll see. That's the other thing. Is there anything going on there? And yes, I will admit, I actually did send a message to John D. also asking if he's got any involvement in this. And again, I have not heard back. Nobody's saying anything. And I don't know if that means something or not. But right now, nobody is saying anything. I just deleted my LinkedIn page of lies. Oh, you guys are funny. You guys, listen. I'm glad you're having a good time. I hope you're enjoying the show tonight. We're almost done. I really didn't want to spend the whole thing rehashing what everybody else has said. Even though I had my notes ready, I didn't want to rehash what everybody else has done. I did want to put something slightly new out there. Again, just showing a little bit of a connection to Arcade 1-Up, even if it's just a matter of a former employee now works for Basic Fun, and maybe that's where some of this is now coming from. Again, we will have to wait and see. I am sitting here just like the rest of you with bated breath, waiting to see what these machines are going to look like, what kind of information there's going to be on them. That's right, you better, because I will find you, damn it. I will find you. I will hunt you down. As long as they don't have the Slim Kitty wooden stopper in the front, I'll give them a shot. Well, again, they are coming out with a slimmer version of these machines. But see, here's one of the things that I actually like about what Basic Fun is doing compared to Arcade 1-Up. With Arcade 1-Up, it was always like you'd get one thing at a time. You'd get your standard version. And then, now we're going to come out with a deluxe version. And then, now we're going to come out with an XL. Oh, now we're going to come out with this slim one. It's like they got to just keep re-releasing the same thing in different formats. Basic Fun is saying, look, we've got all these different formats here. You pick the one you like. Here's all of them. You pick the one you like. And I think that is a smart move for basic fun. I think it's a smart move for them to just say, we're going to put out a bunch of different versions of basically the same machine. You pick the one you like the best. You don't like countercades? Don't buy a countercade. You don't like a slimmed down version? Don't buy that. You like XLs better than the deluxe? Get the XL. I think it's a really smart move on their part. The market is there, just hoping the retailer has less say in titles. Well, we will have to wait and see. Cool's here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's a smart move on their part to just put it all out there and give everybody a choice. Now, there's always the possibility that it backfires on them in some way. It could be that maybe more people buy the XLs and nobody buy, like the baby cades, for instance. Maybe nobody is interested in the baby cades. Maybe they only sell one, to nostalgia. Maybe they only sell one and that's it. Well, if they've invested in those, that could be a loss, but it could also be a learning curve and say, okay, you know what? Next time with the next titles, we won't do this junior series. We'll skip that one because apparently nobody's interested. It's still not a bad, for the 4 or 5 that they're going to put out this year, it's still not a bad move to just throw a bunch of mud against the wall and see what sticks and see what people are interested in. No, man, we got nothing at this point. All we know is that they're coming out later this year. I think they said fall, if I remember correctly. All we know is that these are supposed to come out in the fall. Now, my guess is we probably won't see anything really until it gets closer to summer. If these aren't coming out in the fall, we probably won't see anything really concrete until summer. Now, if they put stuff out sooner, I'll be thrilled. But yeah, again, see, I don't know about that. Again, if it happens in the next few weeks, I'll be thrilled. It'll be new stuff to talk about. We'll all be excited about it. But we'll have to wait and see. Counter case, deluxes, and sales will sell. Yeah, very likely. Like I said, the juniors, you know what? Pac-Man, Ninja Turtles, those might actually sell in the juniors. I can't see WrestleFest or doing that. And you know what? Maybe they won't do all of them in all of those different SKUs. Maybe they have those different SKUs, but they're going to be like across the different lines somewhat. Like for instance, the Star Wars one, your Return of the Jedi. Does anybody think they're going to do a countercade Return of Star Wars with the flight yoke? It's possible, but I have my doubts. Same thing with that junior series. I have my doubts on that. Slim, Deluxe, XL in Star Wars, sure. Pac-Man, all 5. Pac-Man, all 5. Centipede, Atari, could be all 5. WrestleFest, maybe they do a countercade WrestleFest. Maybe they do a countercade Ninja Turtles, but not 4-player versions. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think they said 2 titles released. Yeah, I don't remember if they said just specific ones or all of them. Let me just see here. Yeah, I guess we'll still have to wait and see exactly what they have. I think they're all I think all 5 titles that they mentioned are supposed to come out this year. Yeah, possibly between fall and holidays, all of those. And then whatever else they have planned, probably into next year. My hope is that by the end of the year, we'll hear more of what they have planned for next year. All the ones they showed were fall 2025 two already. Oh, is that what it was? Okay, two planned for 2026 that we don't know what they are yet. Yeah, yes and no. Sometimes yes and no. Sometimes they don't care. They just want to play it, and they don't really they don't really care. Yeah. Miss you think they wouldn't flood us with multiple titles? Again, I do think that those 5 that they announced will be out by the end of the year. If not all 5 in fall, maybe, like I said, between fall and the holidays, and then with more planned for next year. So we will, again, I wish we knew more. I do. I wish we knew more, but this is all we've got so far. So, I will be keeping close tabs on this. I know a lot of other people are going to be keeping close tabs on this as we move forward. Hopefully, we will see something in the near future. Like I said, I'm going to keep reaching out to people. If I hear anything, I will let you guys know. But for now, that's what we've got. So I think I'm going to end it there because, again, you guys have heard a lot of this stuff already. I don't need to completely rehash what everybody else has talked about. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there, talk about, a little slightly new stuff, and then move on from there. But that's going to do it. I think, like I said, it's 9:04. I'm going to end it here so you guys can go over and check out Arcades Anonymous. And if you missed it in the beginning, I normally do a redirect to their show, but by the time when I was getting this set up and whatever, I didn't see them set up for their live, so I didn't have the link for their show. So unfortunately, show's not going to redirect you, but go over and check them out anyway. They always put on a great show. And I hope you guys enjoy your Wednesday. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And I will be back again in about another 2 weeks. This is I'm enjoying this, doing it every other week for you guys for now. And it gives me an opportunity to put a bunch of stuff together and be able to talk about a bunch of things at one time. So, again, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you guys next one. Take care, and happy gaming.